Hey, girls, how's it going?
This is Alex. Look at magazines. Just this way.
Let me see. No.
You did not. You did not.
Oh, hi, Vicky.
Hi, Arvid.
How was your weekend?
Fine.
Did you, see anyone?
Mm-hmm. Let's see. There was this really interesting poet, a reporter from Rolling Stone, a performance artist, and 3/4 of a string quartet.
Wow. You must have your own 800 number.
It was a party, Arvid.
Oh.
But it was great. What did you do?
Oh, hey, I swung with a pretty hip crowd myself.
He slept over at my place. Math club had a party.
The Pi R Square dance.
Right.
But, it turned into an all-nighter. What a blast.
Oh, and you want to hear a blast? You ought to hear Arvid snore.
Dennis, I do not snore.
Oh, yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Do not.
Do two?
Do not.
Two?
Do not.
Two?
It's my word against yours. You have no proof.
That's where you're wrong, pal.
Dennis.
Everybody, if I can have your attention, please. I'd like to present our very own Arvid Engen snoring.
Arvid, when you get married, make sure your wife has earplugs.
Yeah, Arvid, that's quite a horn you got on that face.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with my horn. My nose.
No, you're right, Arvid. It's great, especially if you get lost in a fog.
Good morning. Settled here. Today, we're going to be talking about William Randolph Hearst and the effect of yellow journalism on American politics.
Sorry, I was trying to rewind it.
What was it?
It was Arvid snoring.
Really? That was you, huh?
You really ought to see a doctor about all that noise you make.
Alex, everybody.
No. It's okay, Mr. Moore. Why don't you all just say it? My nose is hideous, and I should have plastic surgery, okay? Let's face it, I'm the elephant man.
Arvid.
Arvid, you're by no stretch the elephant man.
Yeah, Arvid. The elephant man never sounded like this.
And so, Hearst fanned the flames of war with inflammatory headlines like, "Remember the Maine." But in fact, from the beginning, it was suspected that the Spanish never attacked the Maine, that it simply sunk because of accidental explosions. So, see you tomorrow. Arvid, listen, I hope you weren't hurt by all that. I mean, they're just teasing you.
Oh, Mr. Moore, they were right. I hate my nose more than they do.
They don't hate your nose.
Of course they do. Not only is it hard to look at, apparently it can be used to arouse geese.
Arvid, your nose is fine. If you're worried about your snoring, see a doctor. You may have a deviated septum.
Deviated septum? Oh, perfect. It even sounds nerdy.
Arvid, all kinds of people have deviated septums.
Oh, besides dweebs, geeks, and total losers.
Me.
Oh, Mr. Moore, I didn't mean that you were...
No, that's okay. Just think about it. Watch your step, okay?
Hi.
Oh!
Sorry.
Here, give me that. Don't take that.
What is
Give
this?
me this. Give me this. Hey, give me that. Give me that.
Your new nose? A guide to rhinoplasty?
Shut up!
A nose job! You're getting a nose job!
I went to the doctor to see about my deviated septum. But he said as long as he's working on my nose, I could get some cosmetic sculpturing if I wanted.
I can't believe you're getting a nose
I'm
job!
not getting a nose job. I haven't decided yet. In fact, I'm probably not going to do it. Then again, I might.
Arv, I like your nose.
Well, I think you're the only one. A girl like Vicky wouldn't look at me twice.
Oh, Arvid, she'd have to look at you twice. Just to see your whole nose. Oh, lighten up. I'm kidding.
Dennis, listen. This is extremely personal. Do not say anything to anyone under penalty of death.
Arvid, I'm your best friend.
I know. I will have you killed.
Jeez.
Hi, Vicky.
Oh, hi, Arvid.
Hey, Vicky. Oh, man. I love this outfit.
You do?
Yeah, I love the clothes you wear. I mean, these are ripped here, and yesterday they were ripped over there. I just love the clothes you wear.
Thanks, Eric.
You're welcome. Well, you put all our outfits together, and I seen her naked.
Eric, how do you do that?
Imagine her naked? How could you not?
Kid around with girls like that.
Oh, it's easy, Arvid. You could do it.
Not with this nose.
Oh, come on, Arvid. You're making a mountain out of a molehill. Bad choice. Go ahead. Give it a shot.
Hi, Vicky.
Hello, Arvid. I've got a present for you. Can you guess what it is? A nose warmer. Arvid, you coming to class?
Oh, yeah. Hi, guys.
Hi, Arvid.
You told them, didn't you?
The public has a right to know.
No, I am just considering it.
Wow. Arvid, if it makes you feel any better, I never thought you had a big nose.
Really? Thanks.
But then again, gee, I never paid much attention.
What's going on?
Arvid's getting a nose job.
No, I am just thinking about it.
Very well. It's a personal decision. So keep your noses out of his, okay? Okay, to be continued tomorrow. See you then. Arvid. You know, the last time we discussed this, you could barely bring yourself to mention deviated septums, and now it seems you're considering plastic surgery.
Well, I'm not definitely sure, Mr. Moore, but I've got to do something. I mean, I want to be popular, self-confident, and it won't be nice if girls went crazy over me.
Most guys feel that way. But you really think cosmetic surgery is going to cover all that?
Yes,
Well, you're asking a lot out of your nose.
that's what I want, Mr. Moore. A lot out of my nose.
You know, I get the feeling you haven't really thought this thing through.
Well, now you're saying I shouldn't do it?
No. I'm saying a nose job will change the way you look, and it might change the way you feel, but you'll still be Arvid Engen.
There's no need to be nasty, Mr. Moore. .9 pi r squared on the wall. 19.9 pi r squared. If one of those nines should happen to fall. 16.8321 pi r squared on the wall. 16.2831 pi r squared.
Well, Arvid, talk to your parents, and they said you can make your own decision. So we can get started on the septum and the rhinoplasty as soon as the anesthesia takes effect. You feeling a little woozy? A little numb?
A little bit. You know, I've been thinking, what if I don't need a new nose? Would you be terribly upset?
Of course not.
I mean, it was probably going to pay for your trip to Hawaii or something, and now I've let you down.
Not at all. I just got back from Hawaii.
Oh, you look good.
Look, don't worry. It's perfectly normal to have second thoughts about this.
That's true. It is okay to have second thoughts. In fact, I'm having second thoughts right now.
Okay. Just the deviated septum, not the new nose.
No, I mean, I'm having second thoughts about the second thoughts.
Oh, so you want the new nose?
On second thought.
Arvid, look, I understand your uncertainty. I gotta have a decision. You want the nose job or not?
Arvid, 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 Arvid.
Oh, go ahead. Take me. But please, be gentle.
The only thing I'm going to take is your temperature. What? I've never lost a patient yet.
Oh.
I'm kidding, honey.
Oh, did I get it? Did I get the nose job?
No, but you got a dinette set and some lovely parting gifts.
Oh, I'm serious. I can't remember.
You were there. I was in a linen closet with an orderly. I'm just kidding. We run a clean shop here, sweetheart. Maybe you should call Dr. Kreinberg in the morning.
In the morning? Why can't I talk to him now?
Oh, no. He's in a major consultation. The whole office is a buzz. The entire Jackson family wants their old faces back. Nothing. All right, here we go.
Wait, they can do that?
I'm kidding. Why are you so serious? What's the point of worrying anyway? It's too late. Either you'll end up looking gorgeous or you'll look like one of the garbage pail kids.
Oh.
Here we go.
You're kidding, right?
No.
Hello, Dr. Kreinberg, please? What? He's in surgery. My God, is he okay? Oh, right, I'm sorry. He's a surgeon. I forgot. Listen, I wonder... Never mind. I'll call back later.
Hey, Arvid, how'd everything come off?
Mr. Moore, I'm not sure. They took care of the deviated septum, but I don't know if I had the plastic surgery.
You don't know?
Well, I remember telling the doctor all the reasons I wanted to have it done, but I also remember telling him I wasn't 100% sure. And then I went under. I don't remember the final decision.
Well, only you, Arvid. Anyway, I hope you're happy with whatever's under there.
No, I mean, absolutely. Mr. Moore, if my nose is smaller, I'll be better looking, and people will tease me for being so vain. And chorus girls and backup singers will throw themselves at me. What kind of life is that, huh?
Yeah. What if it's the same?
Well, I'll have the comfort of returning to what I know. Mathematics, solitude, and plenty of very humorous nasal quips.
No, Arvid, you're the only one who seems to think you have a large nose.
Large. Mr. Moore, I'll be the only one in the yearbook with a pop-up photo. I mean, you don't know what it's like. Girls I wouldn't look twice at wouldn't look twice at me.
Are you listening to yourself? You know, your problem is not your nose.
I know. Now that my nose is smaller, my ears will be much more prominent. You know, I'll look like a Volkswagen with the doors left open.
Arvid, your problem is not your ears either. It's what's between them.
A bad haircut?
Oh, wow, Arvid! You really went through with it.
Yeah.
I think that's wonderful.
Well, actually, I'm not entirely...
Oh, Arvid, I can't wait to see what your new nose looks like. I bet it's going to look fabulous.
Yeah. Really, you think? Well, you see...
Boy, Arvid, that really took a lot of nerve. It sure did.
Oh, yeah.
You think so?
Yes.
Well, you see, the truth is...
I'm trying to picture you with a little button nose. Maybe, you could be the next Shirley Temple.
I won't know exactly until the swelling goes down.
Oh, you know, you got a lot of guts because I'd be afraid to do something like that. I wouldn't.
You know what, Arvid? You're not a total wimp after all.
Arvid, what do you think? Should I have my lips enlarged?
Yeah, what do you think about that? Oh, well, you know, I was looking through the Book of Lips at Dr. Kreinberg's office, and, well, in my professional opinion, Simone, I think you should go for it. I mean, look what thick lips have done for Mick Jagger. Yeah. You know? And not only that, Simone, you know what I think, what else you might...
Calling Dr. Ingen, Dr. Arvid Ingen. Office hours are over. We can start the class.
All right, go right ahead. Hi, Vicky.
Hi, Arvid.
Hey, nice outfit. I like those rips. You know, if you put all your outfits together, I have seen you naked. Hey!
Arvid, you're so cute.
Yeah, well. Hey, you know, we're all going out after school to celebrate my new nose. You coming?
Of course.
Great. And wear something ripped.
Arvid.
Yes, yes, yes!
What?
Oh, hi, Mr. Moore.
Well, sleeves all wet, but you seem to be in a good mood.
I know. Well, ever since I got this nose job, I feel so much more confident.
You did get it then. What, you talked to your doctor during lunch hour? Or?
Oh, well, we haven't made personal contact, but I know that I must have gone through with it because I suddenly feel like a totally different person. I mean, like, boom! Ah!
But you don't know.
Well, technically, no.
Well, maybe you should try calling him again.
Yeah.
Now.
Good idea. In fact, thanks for reminding me. Sure. I'll do that right now.
Okay, rewritten letters of recommendation tomorrow, please. Okay, Arvid? Listen, I'm a little worried about this nose business, you know. I'm concerned there might be complications.
Complications? What complications?
Well, you've been wearing this bandage for a week now. I mean, people in full body casts heal faster.
Well, hey, you know, I've been so busy, Mr. Moore, I haven't had a chance to get to the doctor.
Oh, well, I think I know what's really going on here.
You see, it's just, ever since I got back from the hospital, everyone has been so nice to me.
And why do you think that is?
Because I look good?
Half your face is hidden behind this bandage.
Well, I mean, I feel like I look good.
Huh.
I'm much more confident. People like me. I can't take it off now.
Well, you can't hide behind it forever.
Why not? I work for the Phantom of the Opera.
Ah, at the end, the mask comes off.
What happened? He got lynched by an angry mob.
Arvid. Showtime.
Okay. What if I didn't get the nose job? I mean, what if it still looks the same? What if it looks worse? Mr. Moore, what's wrong?
Nothing.
How do I look? What's the matter? I can't do it. What if I look ridiculous?
Well, Arvid, walking around school with this bandage hanging half on and half off your face looks fairly ridiculous.
All right. How does it look?
It looks terrific.
Really? I've been carrying this with me just in case.
Mm-hmm. Careful, easy.
Hey! Wait a minute. This is my old nose. You said I look terrific.
Yeah, you do look terrific. You always have.
No, I don't. I hate this nose.
I don't believe you, Arvid. I'm on the operating table. You chose to stay with this nose. I mean, this is the nose you chose. Now, must be the one you want.
Yeah, well, what do I know? I also chose this shirt. Mr. Moore, I'm going to be humiliated. Everyone's going to laugh at me.
Oh, come on, Arvid. People like you. I don't think they really care about your nose that much, one way or the other.
What if you're wrong?
Well, what if I'm right?
I'll get you the money. Hey, Arv.
Okay, Dennis. What do you think?
Think about what?
Me? How do I look?
I've told you 1,000 times, lose this shirt.
Dennis, my nose.
Oh, you got your bandage off.
So?
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 Oh, let me see. Gee, I don't know, Arv. It looks the same to me. I think your nose doctor needs an eye doctor.
Dennis, I didn't get the nose job. So, you're just gonna have to get used to me like this.
I am used to you like this. I never cared how it looked, just how it sounded.
Hi, Arvid.
Oh, boy.
Arvid, you look ridiculous.
I know. There's nothing I can do about it. I was born this way.
You were born with your head in your locker?
All right. Take your best shot.
Shot at what?
I got my bandage off.
Oh, yeah. The nose job looks good.
I didn't get a nose job. I just let everyone believe that I had. I guess I just enjoyed all the attention, so... I'm sorry I toyed with your emotions. Here I am, mega honker and all.
Arvid, it looks good to me.
Mr. Moore, Vicky didn't even notice.
Didn't notice what?
Right. Hey, Mr. Moore, what do you say at lunch I buy a soda in the cafeteria? We could celebrate my new old nose.
Sure. You can actually drink out of a can around that thing?
Hey, Arv.
Hi, Dennis. What do you got?
This is my science project. The Blunden superconductive electromagnet. A magnet so powerful it could suck the fillings right out of your head.
Wow.
Want to see it work?
Yeah.
Watch this. Okay, I need something metal to test it against.
I haven't got anything. Hey, how about the door?
No, you don't want to close the door.
What's the matter?
Go ahead, Arvid. Open the door.
It's stuck.
It's not stuck. That's the magnet working.
Wow, that's a strong magnet. Dennis, you're gonna get an A.
How am I going to get it out of my locker?
Well, we don't have time now, Dennis. We gotta get to class. Come on. Dennis, come on.
I can't.
Why not?
My belt buckle, Arvid.
Well, in several instances in the 1970s, the United States sent millions and millions of dollars in earthquake relief to Nicaragua, but most of it went directly into the private bank accounts of President Somoza.
Excuse me, Mr. Moore. Is this material gonna be on our midterms?
Alan, thousands of people lost their lives because of this man.
So it is gonna be on our midterms.
Excuse me, Mr. Moore. I know how you hate to be interrupted, but I just want to warn you, Dr. Samuels is going to be interrupting any minute with a guest.
You're interrupting me to warn me of an impending interruption. Who is the guest?
Wesley Winthrop.
Wesley Winthrop? I did. The guy that wrote the Scuttlebutt column? This is a good interruption.
Thank you. Bye.
Sir, we've only got 3 more days to review for our midterms.
That's right, Mr. Moore.
This guy's not gonna stay long, is he?
This guy? Does anybody know who Wesley Winthrop is?
No.
I can't believe it. I mean, he's only one of the major columnists and chroniclers and boulevardiers of the last 50 years. I mean, he ranks right up there with Walter Lippmann and Hayward Brune, George Seldes. I can't believe that no one here knows who he is.
Mr. Moore, who's the lead singer of Guns N' Roses? Okay?
Well, okay. Well, let me fill you in, okay? Because this is going to be a treat. Now, we're going to be talking to a man who's lived through the historical events that we've been studying. Wesley Winthrop is a friend to presidents and kings. I mean, this guy has traveled everywhere. You could find him on the front lines of every major international conflict since World War I.
I mean, didn't he also make a lot of the road pictures with Bing Crosby?
Look, Winthrop has a body of experiential knowledge that no one else possesses. So let's take advantage of the opportunity.
Okay, get him in, get him out, get it over with.
Excuse me, Mr. Moore. I have a surprise visitor. A man who needs no introduction.
Wesley Winthrop.
You must be Mr. Moore.
Charlie Moore. We're honored to have you here, sir.
Gang, Mr. Winthrop is here to...
I can speak for myself, Harold. You can go now.
You will invite them to your book launching party tomorrow night?
Yes. You are all invited to my book launching party tomorrow night. Happy, Harold? Goodbye.
Later, gang.
Well, Mr. Winthrop, I know everybody's anxious to ask you questions about your...
In my day, the teacher wore a suit. A dark suit with a tie that looked like a tie, not like the flag of some emerging nation. I suppose it all fits. Graffiti on the walls, lack of discipline. I can't believe this is my old school.
Oh, so this is your alma mater.
Quick, aren't you? Of course, this is the smart class, and none of us ever dared lounge in their desks like that. They sat up straight and paid attention.
Wow. Mr. Winthrop, I'm sure the class is anxious to ask you some questions about your many adventures. I know I am. So... we were talking about South American dictators. The Somozas, the Duvaliers, Batista.
Batista, Havana. God, how I miss those casinos. Castro squeezed the life out of Cuba.
Well, of course, before Castro, Batista was sucking the blood out of Cuba.
Oh, Fulgencio Batista, 1940 to 1944, 1952 to 1959, right here.
Batista, the stenographer.
No.
You probably knew him personally, I bet. Huh?
See, I don't get my history from books. I lived it. I was there. I'll tell you who was a real funny dame, Madame Chiang Kai-shek. We were at a banquet in Shanghai, and she leaned over and said, Ni hao, ni jiao, shama, but Juan Perón was no friend of mine. He took $200 off me a gin. Cheating his people, well, that was par for the course down there, but cheating at cards, that's unforgivable. But that, Evita, oh, could she rumba?
Thank you very much, Mr. Winthrop. I'm sure we all learned a great deal. Right?
My pleasure, Charlie. It's been quite some time since I spoke to this kind of audience.
Yeah, captive.
In fact, time passed so quickly I didn't get a chance to tell my favorite John Foster Dulles story.
Oh, well, I'm sorry we've run out of time. I'd like to hear it.
Well, I'll be back tomorrow.
You could come back? That would be great.
As Doug MacArthur said, I shall return, to which I replied, you'd better. You're up $40. You're up $40.
Poker game. Gotta tell you, I'm a little disappointed.
Oh, come on, Mr. Moore. He's an egotistical bore.
Mr. Moore, he's worse than boring. He's wasting our time.
Hey, come on. He said some interesting things.
Mr. Moore, here's a guy lucky enough to meet every world leader of the century. Well, what can he tell us about them? I mean, Juan Perón's gin scores aren't going to be on our tests, are they?
Okay, I'll agree with you that a lot of what he said might be considered trivial. And I'll agree that he was often overbearing. Worst of all, he hated my tie. But that doesn't mean that we can't learn from him. But you don't have to think of him as an old fogey. You can think of him as an old and treasured book.
Yeah, Gone with the Windbag.
Oh, and then yesterday in science lab, Arvid accidentally set fire to my homework. I'm telling you, the guy is a walking disaster.
I think you're exaggerating, Dennis.
Hi, Dennis, how's it going? Good. You know, I was...
Arvid!
What?
You just erased my entire book report from the computer.
I did?
What is it, Arvid? You just want to kill me? Is that it? Look, here's a nice sharp pencil. Why don't you take it and stick it right in my neck?
Dennis, I'm sorry. It was an accident.
Are you sure, Arvid?
Of course I'm sure.
My therapist says there are no accidents. There's a psychological motivation for everything you do. You're obviously suppressing a subconscious hostility that manifests itself in these so-called accidents.
Me? Hostile toward Dennis? But he's my best friend. Why would I be hostile to him?
Yeah, why would Arvid hate me?
Well, what about the time you used his rare coin collection to tip the pizza guy?
That was years ago. I've forgotten all about that.
Morning, everyone.
Mr. Moore, could we just drill for the test today?
Yeah.
Well, if we have time, don't forget Mr. Winthrop is with us again.
Oh, goody.
I'm sure all of you are going to be particularly attentive today. Mr. Winthrop, the class is getting ready for a midterm exam in history, and what better way to study than having a chat with Mr. Winthrop, huh?
What do you kids want to know about today? Paris in the 20s, Berlin in the 30s, Potsdam, Yalta, you name it. I was there.
I'd like to hear your version of the Yalta Conference. I mean, did the West really buckle under to the Russians?
Now, I've always wondered about this.
I was there with Winnie Churchill, FDR, Joe Stalin. Joe couldn't stand Winnie's cigars, and the more he coughed, the more Winnie puffed. It cracked me up.
Yeah, but what did they talk about?
What did they talk about? They talked about which one had the biggest office.
Excuse me, Mr. Winthrop, when was the conference?
When? Hell, it was near the end of the war. It must have been winter. It was so cold, I almost froze my rear off. The palaces are damn drafty.
Could you be more specific?
Yeah.
The palaces didn't have any heat.
The Yalta Conference, February 4th to the 11th, 1945.
Thank you.
Excuse me. History is more than just dates, you know. Try asking them about people. Truman? Trotsky? Mussolini?
Oh, there was a guy. Benito. He did an impersonation of Hitler that was hilarious. He took his comb, put it under his nose, and he had the walk down pat.
Was that about the time Mussolini invaded Ethiopia? Yeah.
It was about the time I stole one of Benita's mistresses. He was furious. I took it to Spain while I was covering the Civil War with Hemingway.
But the invasion of Ethiopia was 1935. The Spanish Civil War didn't start until 1936.
Yeah.
1936, 35. What the hell is the difference? She was gorgeous.
Excuse me, Mr. Moore, but this is a history class, and the midterms have put us under a lot of pressure. We'd prefer to learn some facts, not listen to some cocktail party gossip.
Mr. Winthrop, I'd like to say that...
You needn't say anything. Youth has spoken. Unfortunately, its voice is loud, crass, and rude. Goodbye.
I agree with him.
Look, you have to admit, he doesn't have his facts straight.
Fact number one. Wesley Winthrop is 85 years old, and as far as I can determine, he has not wasted a single moment of his life. Now, fact number two, he has some incredibly rich memories crammed into his mind. So it doesn't really matter if he gets his dates mixed up. You can look those up anytime you want to. Fact number three, here's a man who's seen everything, he's done everything, he's been everywhere, he knows everyone, and yet late in his life, he chooses to come back to Fillmore High School. Now, doesn't anyone wonder why? I just hope that the next time you're faced with a similar situation, you'll try to learn something instead of trying to prove how smart you are. Excuse me, Mr. Winthrop come in here?
Wesley Winthrop? The man that just stormed into my office like a bat out of hell? He's in there calling a cab. What happened?
Well, let's just say he and the kids hated each other.
Well, now, what about the photos of him with the IHP at the book signing? And the Distinguished Alumnus Award.
What Distinguished Alumnus Award?
I thought of it this morning. I ordered a beautiful bronze plaque. Here, read it to me.
Ooh, your school here. Distinguished Alumnus Award presented to your name here.
Give me that. Call trophies or us.
Thank you.
Hi.
You can skip your defense of your flock. I'm not interested.
Well, actually, I was going to apologize for them. I think they were more than a little rough on you.
You could teach them some civility.
I try. I was hoping you could be a little more understanding.
What's to understand? They're little snots.
Well, I mean, their reasons for acting so tough. I know them. So when they behave like this, I see that they're insecure about something.
So?
Well, in your scuttlebutt column, you were pretty tough on everybody.
Everybody deserved it.
So what were you insecure about?
I was only insecure once in my life. I was having dinner with Hitler, and Ava Brown grabbed my knee.
Listen, you don't have to answer this. I'm simply curious. You've been everywhere, you've met everyone. After 60-some years, you choose to come back to Fillmore High School. Why?
That's an interesting question.
So what's the answer?
Unfinished business. When you get to be my age, you want to settle all your accounts. And I have. Except one.
Excuse me, your cab's here, Mr. Winthrop.
So, what is this unfinished piece of business?
None of your damn business.
Okay. Well, nice knowing you, Mr. Winthrop. It's been interesting.
Does that mean you're not coming to my book signing party?
It means I'm not sure I'm still welcome.
Of course you are. But don't expect a free copy. You'll have to plunk down $24.95 like everybody else. Thank you for coming, Ben.
Hi.
Oh, hi. It's not a bad turnout, huh?
Yeah.
Where's the photographer?
Oh, I was hoping to see some of the IHP kids here.
Please, we've done enough to upset Winthrop. I don't want this to turn into a rerun of Geraldo.
So, you decided to come.
Oh, well, you know me, Mr. Moore. I like anything that has to do with books.
And you know me, Mr. Moore. I like anything that has to do with Simone.
You sure that's why you decided to come?
Hi, Mr. Moore. We just happen to be in the neighborhood.
What a surprise, yeah. Great. I think you're in time to hear Mr. Winthrop read from his book.
Oh, great. We made it. Thanks.
And then there was the time you changed the date on my watch. I was the only kid in school that Saturday. Maybe Maria's right. Maybe I am still angry with you.
Go ahead, Arvid. Get it all out.
Maybe I will. Maybe I want to get back at you for all those years of practical jokes. The dribble glass, the kick me sign, the electric toilet seat. Oh, and the time you put a mousetrap in my pocket protector.
Are you finished?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Would you like to get off my foot?
Oh, sorry.
What are you hooligans doing here? Read the sign. This is a bookstore, not a bowling alley.
Mr. Winthrop, I'm sure we'd all love to hear you read from your book.
As my old friend Milton Friedman said, there is no such thing as a free lunch. Now that you've had your wine and cheese, you'll have to pay for it by listening to me. Here's one of my favorite passages. I was in Paris when Lindbergh landed. He could never stand missing one of my dinner parties. But my Marlin was 10 pounds heavier than Hemingway's. After that, Papa never sent me another Christmas card.
Excuse me. Can I say something?
You've said quite enough this morning, young man.
I know. I'm sorry, but I learned a lot since then. See, I went to the library and I read some of your old columns, and I was just wondering about the Yalta Conference.
What's the matter? Did I get a date wrong?
No. I was just really interested in that story about when you took the chicken soup up to Roosevelt. I mean, if he was really that sick, it's no wonder he couldn't negotiate a better treaty with Stalin.
Yes?
Well, that changed the face of Europe. I mean, possibly contributed to the Cold War. It all makes a lot of sense now.
Well, thank you.
Mr. Winthrop, I just want to say we're sorry if we hurt your feelings.
Yeah, I guess we can be a little difficult to get along with sometimes. But then again, so can you.
Yes. Patton said the same thing about me.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present this trophy to Wesley Winthrop, one of Fillmore High School's most distinguished graduates.
Well, as long as we're telling the truth is, I never did graduate from high school.
Great. There's $20 down the drain.
Here's a book. You owe me 5. You see, I left school when I was 15. I lied about my age and went off to fight in France, and I've been moving around ever since. I have packed 10 lifetimes into one. But I still regret that I never graduated high school. I know it's silly, but I've always felt insecure. You were right, Charlie. And I always felt a little like an imposter. I promised my mother I would go back and get my diploma, and I never got round to it. So I'm afraid I'm not able to accept this.
I'm sure with all of Dr. Samuel's connections down at Trophies R Us, you could get this changed to read Fillmore High School's most distinguished honorary graduate.
Nothing would give me more pleasure.
Congratulations, sir.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Mr. Winthrop.
Listen, it has been interesting. I wanted to tell you, you're welcome to come back to my class anytime.
Thank you. just one thing.
Sure, what?
Burn that tie.
Listen, you want to get some coffee?
Yeah.
Huh. I'm really quite curious. How did you go about stealing Mussolini's girlfriend?
It wasn't easy.
I'll bet. Was she Italian?
Was she ever?
Hey, Dennis, you finally got your locker open, huh?
Yep. And now I'm gonna get Arvid back once and for all.
Aw, don't start up again. Haven't you learned your lesson yet?
Just one more. I'm gonna crazy glue his locker shut.
Dennis, listen, I just want to tell you that I'm sorry for everything that's happened the past few days. I take full responsibility for all my actions.
Really?
Yeah, listen, we've been friends for so long. I just hope there's no hard feelings.
You're right. Hey, what do you say we start over fresh, huh?
Hey, can I buy you lunch?
Well, I think we better go to the nurse's office.
How come?
Well, I just crazy glued our hands together. What? It was an accident.
Hey, guys, it's great to see you finally make up.
Make up! I hate you!
Just start walking into
Oh,
it.
this way.
I know.
Oh, over there. Come on. Oh, Dennis.
And then I went into the operating theater and I viewed the liver being transplanted. I'm telling you, Darlene, this was the most incredible experience of my life.
Sarah, I think you're overdoing the research for this biology paper.
Oh, no. I'm not just doing it for the paper anymore. I'm going to be a surgeon. Oh, Darlene, if only you'd been there. It was beautiful. The way he lifted up the spleen in order to clamp off the artery.
I guess you had to be there, Sarah.
Oh, you want to see some pictures?
Darlene, you are such a wimp. I mean, it's just a picture of a... Excuse me, I have to use the bathroom. How do I mate thee? Let me count the way. Check.
Oh, right.
Okay. Computer says rook takes queen.
Oh.
Nice try, Arvid, but nobody beats the chess monster program.
Well, you just met nobody. Chess monster, consider yourself check. Mated.
Man. Not bad, Arvid. Why can't you play that way for Coach Teresh?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a chess monster.
Well, I don't know what you're so scared of. You're the best player on the team.
Sure, he has a funny way of putting it. He calls me Jughead.
You could just beat a computer.
You play chess, Mr. Moore?
No, I know the basic moves, but that's really about all.
Mr. Moore, why don't you and Arvid play a game?
Oh, no, he'd clobber me. I mean, it wouldn't be any fun at all for Arvid.
Who cares? It'd be fun for us.
Yeah. Okay, Arvid, I'll meet you here come lunch hour.
Okay, take your seats. And it's interesting, you know, I've been developing this theory about the Russian passion for chess, how it affects their political strategy. So maybe we could talk about that for this class period. And I think we will, since I'm in charge.
You guys, who's winning? Arvid! Did you dismember him yet?
Come on, Janice. This is just a friendly game.
Mm-hmm. Sure it is, Arvid. Okay, everybody, the blended point spread is Mr. Moore plus a knight and 2 pawns. Do I have any takers?
No way.
No, right, Dennis. Are you kidding? Arvid can't lose.
Okay.
Check.
Check? Weren't you supposed to say that, Arvid?
What's the matter, Arvid? I mean,
Hey, come on, guys. It's easily blocked.
Come on, Arvid, you want to move sometime this semester?
Yeah, relax and focus on it. Come on.
Check. Wow, you trapped my queen. I resign.
I don't believe it. He lost.
Great, Arvid. That was really impressive. Thanks.
Come on, let's get out of here. Hey, I think there's a belching contest in the cafeteria. You want to watch?
Sure.
You okay?
You crushed me.
You are upset.
No. There's no shame in losing to someone who's a truly brilliant chess player.
Not a brilliant chess player, Arvid. I happen to be reading a book on chess, and I memorized a classic trap, and that's really all that I know how to do.
You know, 3 months ago, I would have seen that knight 4 coming from across the room.
So what's different now?
I don't know. I just choke.
What's that like?
Well, it's like I hear this voice inside of me going, maybe that's the wrong move. And before you know it, I'm losing to guys like you. Sorry, Mr. Moore, I didn't...
It's okay, I understand. Have you thought about discussing this with Mr. Parrish?
Mr. Parrish, I mean, I've tried, but whenever I do, I just choke.
Mr. Moore! Mr. Moore, I challenged Coach Parrish to a chess match for you.
What?
I had to do it, Mr. Moore. It was a question of honor.
Dennis, you don't have any honor.
No. All I did was tell him what a great chess player you were. The guy went berserk. I'm telling you, Mr. Moore, he wants you.
Well, I don't want him.
Well, you got him. I'm not backing out now.
No, I'm backing out. You're telling him.
Oh, come on, Mr. Moore. Please don't do this to me. You beat Arvid. Arvid's terrific. You could demolish Coach Parrish.
Dennis, you're overlooking one small factor. I don't know anything about chess.
You don't?
No.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Moore. You're going to make me look like an idiot.
I'm here to help, Dennis. Morning.
Hi.
Mr. Parrish, good. Dennis Blendon just mentioned some nonsense about us having a chess.
Nonsense? What's that supposed to mean? You're too good for me.
No, Frank. It means I'm not good enough. So let's just forget the whole thing, okay?
Wait, I recognize this. This is the old weenie gambit. Check it out before you even start the game. That's typical, Moore. Chess is not a beauty contest. It's not how pretty a game is. It's who wins. Chess is war. You understand that?
Yes, yes, master.
Defeat does not exist for the Fillmore chess team, does it?
No, chess master.
All right. After the Blitz game, I'll announce the team for the match against Bronx Science. And remember, your opponent is your enemy, not your friend. Mr. Moore, you want something?
Word with you when you have a minute.
Fine. Stick around. Maybe you'll pick up a few pointers. Okay, team, what do we study here?
Chess!
And how do we play chess?
Strikers! Back hard, show no mercy!
All right, let's warm up with Rui Lopez. White, pawn to king 4, advance.
Pawn to king 4, advance!
I can't hear you!
Pawn to king 4, advance!
Black, pawn to king 4, advance.
Pawn to king 4, advance!
White, king knight to bishop 3, develop.
Knight to bishop 3, develop!
All right, all right. Blitz game, start your clocks at 5 minutes. Okay? Go! Engen, watch your queen side. Your flank is vulnerable. A double pawn is a dead pawn. Double your rooks. Invade the 7th rank. Engen, you try that against Bronx Science and you are shark bait.
Check.
Simone, what are you doing with the pawn? Seize the initiative. You got a back rank mate. Finish him off. Mercy is for girls.
I am a girl.
Not in here, you're not, mister.
I resign.
You what? Don't you ever say those words in front of these brave chess players.
She's gonna win in one move.
You got time on your clock. Pick up your king and move it, mister.
Checkmate.
All right. Let it go for the throat, Big Red. I want you to replace Ingen on fourth board. How's that make you feel, Tiger?
I feel melancholy, like the long withdrawing roar of the sea.
Say that again? No, don't.
I'm sorry, but I don't like the way you yelled at Arvid. I don't think I want to be on your chess team anymore. I know you hate the word, but I resign.
Well, that's too bad. She's got the talent, but she doesn't have the taste for blood.
Women.
Simone quit because of me.
Well, at least you're back to fourth board now.
All right, listen up. Here are the team assignments for the match. First board, Blunden. Second board, Lazzarato. Third board, Scarpese. Fourth board, Lee.
Lee? Excuse me, sir. Wasn't I next in line?
You ride the pine, Ingen.
Why?
Why? Because you are a loser.
Arvid.
All right, that's it. Hit the showers, you wood pushers. So, Mr. Moore, thought you backed out of the match. What are you here for, to back in?
What's the deal with you, Frank? I mean, ever since I came to Fillmore, all I get from you is a hard time. It's not really fair. I'm just doing my job.
Yeah, right. Your job.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's supposed to mean I'm the one with the master's degree. What are you? You're a substitute teacher, an out-of-work actor, spear carrier.
Okay, so you got a master's, I got a spear. What's your point?
Well, here's the point. You end up teaching the geniuses in the IHP, and I'm stuck with a class full of car thieves. Please, don't talk to me about fair, okay? I am twice the historian you are, and I happen to be an excellent teacher.
Well, since I've been witnessing your excellent teaching techniques, I've seen one of your students quit the chess club and another run from the room in tears.
Hey, if chess is too tough for him, let him join the football team. This is how I coach. And so far, it seems to be working. Fillmore always has a winning team.
Yeah? Well, right now, Arvid Ingen does not look like a winner.
You know, I really love Simone sometimes. You know, sometimes I hate her.
Arvid?
Mr. Moore.
You all right?
Oh, you know, sometimes when I'm upset, I talk to my picture of Einstein here.
Well, I'm not a Nobel Prize winner, but if you want to talk to an actual human being, you can try me.
There's nothing to do, Mr. Moore. I'm all washed up in chess. Mr. Towers is right. I'm a loser.
Not from my side of the board.
Well, you saw. I got beaten by Simone, by a girl who wouldn't even hurt a fly. In fact, I saw her help one once. I can't do anything right.
Arvid, I don't really enjoy standing here listening to you put yourself down. You are good at a lot of things, and chess is just one of them.
Like what?
Well, you're an excellent mathematician.
Sure, the crowd goes wild when I calculate the area of a trapezoid.
Arvid, you're more than intellectual abilities.
That's true. I am a sharp dresser.
Yeah, you're certainly unique.
See, but that's not enough, Mr. Moore. Chess was the one way I could get people to notice me. And now Mr. Towers has taken that away.
Maybe not. I'm going back in there. I'm going to challenge Mr. Tarish to a chess match.
Mr. Moore, that's crazy. You can't beat him.
I can win with your help.
Okay, Mr. Moore. I got the earphone all hooked up. You know, but I still don't think this whole thing's gonna work.
Now come on, Arvid. Some confidence, huh?
Right. Confidence.
Okay. Dennis, how you doing?
I got bars. We're all set.
Okay, now you remember, anybody asks why you're videotaping, you just tell them it's for broadcast journalism class, right?
Right.
Okay. You are following the action here, you're monitoring it, you're transmitting all the right moves to me, okay?
Okay, I have confidence.
Good.
I have confidence this will never work. Mr. Moore, how about hand signals? Look, here's the chessboard. You have 8 rows and 8 columns. You use these 8 fingers. So, for instance, pawn to king 4 would be
Arvid, go white balance the HL79 and set the lights for 3200K.
Yeah, I guess that would be simpler.
Well, if you're ready to go, Dennis, I guess I better get up to the match.
You know, I gotta tell you, I'm pretty shocked. I can't believe you're cheating.
I'm not cheating.
Mr. Moore, I'm Dennis Blunden. I know cheating. This is cheating. This is everything you've ever told me not to do, rolled into one big, beautiful scam.
Not true. I'm not doing this for money, and I'm going to tell Mr. Teresh what I did afterwards.
Well, then that would make it one big, beautiful, dumb scam.
But what's really interesting is how a diseased liver can swell up. Imagine a gray jello mold big enough to serve 12.
Okay. You want to be a surgeon, Sarah. Does it mean you have to make us all sick?
This is all my fault. I mean, if I hadn't quit the chess team, none of this would have happened.
Come on, Simone. There's no reason for you to feel guilty. After Mr. Moore gets creamed, then you can feel guilty.
I don't know about this chess match, Miss Mira. Blood feud between teachers. It could get ugly.
Hey, Dr. Samuels, smile.
Let's get this thing over with.
Okay, Mr. Moore, let's try it out. If you can hear me, scratch your nose. Good, it works. Unless, of course, your nose is really itchy.
Mr. Teresh plays white.
It's gonna work.
Ready?
Yeah, I knew it. He's going for Rui Lopez, Mr. Moore. He wants an open game with lots of action. We play a closed game, the Caro-Can. It'll drive him up the wall, okay? Pawn to queen, bishop, 3.
On a queen bishop 3, you weenie. Come on in the center, Moore.
Okay, good. Pawn to queen 4.
Oh, the Caro-Can defense. What do you think you are, Gary Kasparov?
No, I'm just Charlie Moore.
Pawn takes pawn.
Take the pawn?
You're talking to yourself, huh?
Okay, don't worry, Mr. Moore. I read Kasparov's book on the Caro-Can. Queen's bishop to bishop 4.
Have you read Kasparov's book on the Caro-Can? It's really fascinating. Bishop to bishop 4.
All right, Mr. Russian chess expert, probably a commie. Here we go. Down and dirty. A gambit variation.
I know this one.
Mr. Moore's up 2 pieces, but Teresh will never resign.
This is great. You're up 2 pieces. I mean, we're up 2. I'm up 2 pieces. I'm beating him, Mr. Moore. I am beating Coach Terrence.
It is you. Hi, Arvid.
Tammy.
What are you doing in
No,
there?
I'm just fixing the janitor's TV set. You see? There we go. Divorce court.
I love divorce court.
No, you don't. I mean, it's so depressing. I mean, it'll undo all the work we did in peer counseling.
You know, those were some of the nicest hours of my life. I always liked the way you really listened to me.
What's wrong with Mr. Moore? He's running out of time.
Well, I feel it's only fair to warn you. This knight is about to take this pawn, and he's done it.
Blunder. Teresh won his night back. Since you're not my peer counselor anymore, would you like to go out with me sometime?
Go out? Sure. All right.
Okay, this rook is taking this bishop.
Thank you.
So, this bishop will take this pawn.
I love it when they die a slow death.
He's had it. I
can't take the suspense.
You think you're nervous? Look at Arvid.
Rook to... No, knight to king's 8. Check.
All right, big deal. You check me.
Queen to rook's 8. Check.
Now what?
He's got Mr. Moore's queen.
Rook to king's bishop 8. Checkmate.
Yeah. What's going on here?
Well, what's going on is that Arvid just beat you at chess by playing through this transmitter, and I just moved the pieces.
Wait a minute. You beat me, Engen? That's impossible. You're a loser.
No, I'm not. I can play as well as anyone. As long as you didn't yell at me and intimidate me and hover over me like some vulture. I could be mistaken, Mr. Terry.
No. Stand up for yourself. I like that. And I love that last night move. That was a killer. Yeah? Listen, Arvid, you need me to back off. I'll back off. Hell, I'll move to Jersey if it'll help you play a tournament like this.
Does this mean I'm back on 4th board?
No. You're on first board.
Great. Thank you, chess master.
Listen, Frank, I'm glad we're getting this straightened out.
Yeah, I was straightened out. What, are you trying to be funny? You humiliated me.
Well, it's maybe just a pointer I took from you.
What are you driving at?
Well, I didn't set out to humiliate you, Frank, but as long as you feel that's what I did, perhaps you can imagine how Arvid feels when you yell at him.
Hey, lots of kids respond to the way I coach.
Well, lots of them don't. Now, how many kids in your chess club have dropped out?
Okay, Mr. Chips, you tell me how you get the kids to pay attention, to do their best.
Well, you know, some of them are more sensitive than others, so you gotta understand each one as an individual.
Sensitivity, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you might be right. Well, if it works for a chump like you, it's worth a shot.
Well, I'm glad we see eye to eye on this, Frank. And thank you, Dr. Samuels, for spearheading this explosion of intra-faculty support.
Are you and Mr. Terrace friends now?
Well, I don't know that I would call us friends, but I think we're starting to clear the air. Dr. Samuels, could I ask you a question? Why did you choose me rather than Frank Terrace to teach the IHP class?
Well, how can I say this without giving you a swelled head? The truth is because you're less of a jerk than he is. There, I said it.
Well, actually, Dr. Samuels, it's probably the nicest thing you've ever said about me.
Really? How many college recruiters did you invite?
53.
Yeah.
And here are the faculty assignments.
Great.
Excuse me, Mr. Moore. You have to explain some of these recruiters you've invited.
Such as?
Greenpeace. Greenpeace, that's not a college. Bowling Green's a college. Greenpeace is whale watching or something.
It's an organization dedicated to saving the planet. I just thought that some of the students...
I'm trying to send kids to college, not out looking for Moby Dick. And look at this. Why, you've invited the armed forces.
Okay, Dr. Samuels, I'm not going to be able to get this done unless you stop interrupting.
Okay, I'm a reasonable man. I'll drop by during your first period and we'll discuss it.
That's another thing, sir. Okay, how can I say this nicely? I would appreciate it if you would not come into my classroom unannounced anymore.
What do you mean?
Well, you just walk in anytime you feel like it, and it's an interruption.
You don't want me in the classroom?
No, it's not that. It's just that...
My kids. You don't want me to see my kids.
Well, it's not a custody battle, Dr. Samuels. I just don't want you to interrupt my teaching the lessons to my students.
Of course, I understand. Don't worry about me, Mr. Moore. Miss Mira, I'll be in my office. And I don't want to be interrupted.
Good morning, everyone.
What's so good about it? My father wants me to go to Columbia, where he went. My mother wants me to go to Caltech, where she went. My Aunt Lurleen wants me to go to cosmetology school. Hey, that's not a bad idea. Beauticians make a nice living. What am I talking about, Mr. Moore? I just can't make a decision.
Well, you just decided not to become a beautician. That's a start. Well, it's college recruiting day. Bunch of people come by, they tell you why they think you'd want to go to their school. I mean, it's nothing to get worked up about.
Oh, don't be naive, Mr. Moore. I mean, we all have good grades, but good grades aren't enough. If you make a good impression, they hear about it. If you don't, you're on your way to motel management.
This is our futures we're talking about here.
Well, I think college is a long way off.
Mr. Moore, on Friday, we have to be poised, confident, articulate, well-groomed.
What are you looking at? Okay, so I'm not Ralph Lauren.
I'm not even Ralph Cramden.
What you're all feeling is normal. Interviews make us all nervous.
I'm not.
I'm not.
I'm not.
I'm not.
Okay, so they make some of us nervous. Okay, Alan, what gives you the nerves of steel? You've already chosen your college?
You don't choose Harvard. Harvard chooses you.
And Alan Pinkard is one of the chosen people?
It's a mere formality. I've already selected my major and bought my books. I've also picked out my dorm room. Southeast corner of the quad, 3rd floor, overlooking the business school.
They showed me that room. I didn't like it.
You're going to Harvard, too?
Colleges have been calling me for years.
She's holding out for a sorority house with monkey bars.
Darlene?
Well, the Bryn Mawr recruiter is a business associate of my father's. I'm taking her to lunch at the Four Seasons.
Oh, Darlene, that is the worst.
Not since Andre took over the kitchen.
Why is everybody making such a big deal about this?
Maria, you're not nervous?
Look, you go to some college, you get out. You go to some grad school, you get out. You become a psychologist, you have kids, they hate you, you retire, and you die.
Why is your life flashing before my eyes? I think you're all going to be okay.
I feel faint.
Except Arvid. Eric?
Oh, we're going to Sarah Lawrence.
Simone, I said I would consider going there, that's all.
What are you trying to tell me, Eric?
That I would consider it, okay?
I know you. You're backing out.
Backing out? I haven't even backed in.
Look, I'm sorry I brought it up, okay? All right, when Lyndon Johnson assumed the presidency, we had already established a policy of intervention in Vietnam.
Excuse me, Mr. Moore. Gang, remember, college recruiting day is Friday, first period.
Yeah, they know that.
Those of you who will be attending will be excused from classes.
They know that.
Just keep in mind that what you say, what you wear, and what decisions you make Friday will follow you to your grave.
Yeah, but, excuse me. May we? Do you remember our chat this morning?
Oh, yes, I do, Mr. Moore. And at first, I was crushed. But I said to myself, I'm the principal. This is my school. These are my kids. So in the future, will you please not interrupt my...
Interruptions?
Precisely. Carry on, team.
Girls, I've made a decision. I am definitely going to Caltech.
Great, Arvid.
Or Princeton. No. I'm definitely Caltech. Or Princeton. I mean, Stanford. No. Definitely Columbia.
Arvid, who cares? Guys, listen to this. Students and faculty gather at Dean's residence for conversation and tea. Look at these suits. Who are they kidding? Nobody at MIT dresses like this.
Yeah, just the kids in the brochure, the ones that got accepted.
Come on, Darlene. Okay. Here. Look, there's somebody who dresses just like me.
Read the caption. MIT students in Harvard production of Tobacco Road.
Arvid, you gotta help me dress better. I need help picking out clothes, matching colors, putting together an outfit. Alan, I gotta make a good impression on the MIT recruiter. What do I wear?
How about a car cover with cuffs?
I need advice, not abuse.
I'm sorry. You really want my help?
Yeah, I need... No. What am I gonna be able to do in 4 days anyway?
You? Nothing. But in the hands of Alan Pinkard, Pygmalion Revisited, I accept the challenge.
Yeah?
It'll be like clearing a slum, like turning a garbage fill into a cricket pitch, like
I just want some help picking out a shirt.
You just don't pick out a shirt, you make a statement. Look, we'll go to my tailor, we'll tell him it's an emergency, and remember, no plaids, no prints, and for the love of God, man, no horizontal stripes. What's that scent you're wearing?
That's bean dip.
Dennis, we're talking MIT, not Bozo U.
Hey, I'm sorry. It's not that easy being dull. How do you do it?
Oh.
Alan. Sorry, I get it. Oh, come on, please.
Eric, I thought we were, kind of serious about each other.
We are. I'm serious.
Well, then why do you want to get away from me?
Well, help me out here. When did I say that?
Well, you don't want to go to Sarah Lawrence. That's where I'm going to be. Ergo, you don't want to be with me.
Oh, hold the ergo right there. Why do I have to be where you want to be? Why can't you be where I want to be?
Where do you want to be?
I don't know. Ergo, what are we talking about?
Sarah Lawrence. It's so beautiful. Once you see the leaves changing color or walk across the lawn, do you understand? A lawn.
Yes, I understand. A lawn. A wide expanse of grass covering field mice and other rodents.
Eric, think about it. Professors in tweed jackets, with pipes, canoeing. It's always been my dream.
Simone, if you want to go canoeing with a bunch of old guys with pipes, be my guest. What does that have to do with me?
It's becoming pretty obvious you just want to get away from me.
Look, you want me to talk to the Sarah Lawrence recruiter? I will talk to him, okay? You happy now? Jeez.
Don't slouch.
Okay, if I could have your attention, please. Pay no attention. I was saying, since recruiting is during first period today, and...
Mr. Moore?
Yeah, I know. Just ignore him. Politely, of course. Anyway, as I was saying, since recruiting is during first period, that didn't happen. Obviously, there'll be no history class. So those of you who are not going, it's a free period. And if you are going, once you've finished your interviews, please return here. Then you can use the time as you see fit, okay?
Mr. Moore, Ms. Mira?
I suppose we can let her in.
I'm glad you noticed us. Your doors were jammed.
No, actually, they were both locked.
Locked?
Listen, Charlie, the recruiters are ready for you all now?
That's what I was trying to tell you.
Good news. Let's go, gang.
Wait a minute. Where's Dennis Blunden? if he's out filling up those water balloons, so help me out.
Oh, my goodness.
It took me 4 straight days, but I turned him into a yuppie. Another day and I'd have had him voting Republican.
Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, you care to join us in the gym?
Bye. Goodbye.
Come on, Janice. I think the adults would like to talk.
I am just as adult and mature as anyone else.
I'll play jacks with you.
Okay.
I changed my mind. I don't want to talk to this recruiter.
You said you'd keep an open mind about it.
What's the point? I'm not gonna go, ergo, why talk?
Everything you say puts more and more distance between us.
What's going on here? I mean, you keep trying to tell me what to do and we're not even married yet. Not that I meant that as a proposal or anything.
Well, just what do you mean?
Look, if you want to wear tweed and smoke a pipe at Sarah Lawrence, fine. And if I want to stay a non-smoker and wear black leather, that's what I'm gonna do. And if that means to you that I don't want to be with you, then okay, you win.
Okay. Fine. Have a nice life.
Okay. It's not a deli, you know. You don't have to take a number.
I feel it, Mr. Moore. I'm on the verge of a decision.
Look,
I'm almost on the verge of a decision. I'm on the verge of being on the verge of... Okay.
What's wrong?
I don't know, Mr. Moore. I've completely lost my self-confidence, and I just don't feel... I don't feel like me.
Well, you certainly look presentable.
Yeah. That's it. If there's one thing Dennis Blunden is not, and never will be, it's presentable. Thanks a lot, Mr. Moore.
Incidentally, your tie is on straight.
Oh, thanks.
Excuse me. I'm looking for the Harvard recruiter.
Oh, yes.
Is he here? Maybe I'm early. That's not good, is it?
You're right on time.
Oh, good, because I want to make a good impression on him. You work with him. What's he like?
Actually, I don't work with him.
Oh, I understand. I should have known that a classy gal like you would be dating a Harvard man.
Absolutely. Unless, of course, that Harvard man happens to be a classy gal. Have a seat, Mr. Pinkard.
A Pinkard? No, my name is Blunden. Dennis Blunden.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi.
How'd it go at Sarah Lawrence?
Great. They love me.
You don't seem too thrilled.
Well, now that I know that Eric just wants me to go away to college, how would you feel?
Well, how do you know that that's what he really wants?
Well, I don't. He's not talking. Maybe you could...
Let's say that you and Eric do stay together and you get married and you have kids and you have these little problems. How are you going to solve these problems when I'm not around?
You're right. I guess I should just forget about him.
She says lotion. Lotion.
Isn't that a beautiful buzzer?
Oh, you like the buzzer. You gotta see what I got in my locker. It's this plastic vomit. It's great.
Where do you see what I'm working on? I'm testing the effects of zero gravity on whoopee cushions.
Mr. Moore, you got a minute?
Actually, I don't, Eric.
Okay, give me a half a minute. I just need your advice on something.
Well, I'll tell you the answer to all your problems. Talk to her.
I gotta hand it to you, Mr. Moore. At first, I hated your idea of inviting the armed services to this thing, but the kids like it a lot.
I've made a decision.
Great. Congratulations.
I think I just joined the Marines.
You what, Arvid?
No, the Marines have a very fine program. I'll get a good education in field artillery maintenance. I'll get to see the world, and I'm gonna get something I've always dreamed of. Biceps.
Go ahead, Mr. Moore.
Go ahead and what?
Well, you are going to talk him out of it, aren't you?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
You're not?
No. I've never been against people doing things for their country. Besides, I admire anybody who wants to hike 20 miles with a fully loaded backpack, sleep in mosquito-infested swamps, eat year-old meat out of a can. You have a lot to look forward to.
Year-old meat?
What a disaster. I completely made a fool out of myself. I totally blew it.
No, you didn't. He loved you. He said you'll make a great doctor and you got him to stop smoking.
Really? Great. How'd you do?
Awful. You ever try to talk to someone who just quit smoking?
What happened?
Well, it looks like I can kiss Harvard goodbye. Harvard man, a woman. I mean, I thought he would be... Was she... Well, this is as articulate as I got.
Well, looks like the Cold War is back on.
War! War! No, I don't want to go!
It's okay. I did talk to that recruiting officer from the Marines, and he said that all you agreed to was possibly a second meeting, so you can change your mind.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Moore.
Alan, let's say that you did blow it with Harvard, okay? Is your life over?
Actually not. Thinking about blowing it is a lot worse than actually doing it. Well, anyway, I think Princeton has a better wine cellar.
Well, you did learn something today.
I learned something today. If you're not going to be yourself, at least make sure that you're not Alan.
Okay, well, Eric, Simone, did you two get anything out of this?
No.
Not really. Except for I'm never talking to him again.
You're never talking to him again? Again?
Simone, Eric, outside.
Again?
Again. Now, where were we?
I guess he wants us to settle this ourselves, huh?
So?
So? Listen, Simone, I never said that I want to get away from you. I just think that this is a decision that I gotta make with a clear head. And I can't do what's wrong for me just to make things nice for you. No matter how much I like you.
No, Eric, it's my fault. I should apologize. I realize I've been pushing you to enroll in the same school as I do, and that's selfish. I just can't imagine not seeing you every day.
Listen, Simone, if I'm gonna be a writer, a real New York writer, then I gotta have the streets, you know? I gotta have the energy of the city. I want to go to a college that anybody can afford, where there's all types of people, and you can be a part of what's happening. I want to go to City College. I mean, if it was good enough for Patty Chayefsky and Bernard Malamud and Upton Sinclair, I'm sure it's okay for a jerk like me, even though it may not have canoeing. On the other hand, if you keep looking at me like that, I'm just gonna say to hell with it and go to Sarah Lawrence.
No, you'd hate it. You need the inspiration of a greasy, noisy city, don't you?
Yeah. And you need to be around old paneling and old, musty, out-of-print books. I mean, that's your dream. So go for it.
So what about us?
Simone, college is a long, long way off. You really think we ought to start worrying about that now?
Well, yeah.
Look, I don't see what the big deal is. I mean, Sarah Lawrence is only 38 minutes from here by train.
How do you know that?
I timed it.
You did?
Yeah. Come on. You think I'm gonna let you go away someplace where I can't see you anytime I want?
Good thinking.
Thank you.
So, I talked to Duke University and UCLA and Stanford, and I think I've made my decision.
Oh, which one did you choose?
None of them. I'm not going to college. My mom is the one who wanted me to be a psychologist. I want to be a singer.
Come on, Maria, do you really think you can make it as a singer?
Well, let's give her a chance. You know, I mean, you try something, maybe it doesn't work out, so then you try something else.
So you mean it doesn't matter what career choice we make?
Well, no, it's important that you make a choice, but it's not irrevocable. Look at me. I mean, I came to New York. I started out as an actor, and now I'm a teacher. I mean, who knows? Paul Gauguin started out to be a banker and became one of the world's greatest painters.
On the other hand, Hitler started out to be a painter.
Thank you, Janice. Thank you.
Have you guys decided on a project yet?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're studying food intake. Hamster A eats on demand, hamster B eats on schedule.
This is good. What is it?
A hamster kibble.
Tasted okay to me. Now, if you excuse me, I have this tremendous urge to go to sleep on a pile of wood shavings.
What are you guys doing?
Alan and I are researching the mathematics of the ancient Aztec calendar. Did you know that today is the third day of Coxalaba?
Oh, so what does that mean?
I think it means we have to sacrifice a virgin.
Dennis, did you hear some of those lame projects? They're not going to be able to touch us. That is when we come up with a project. If we come up with a project. How about an experiment involving molecular spin and the components of the atom?
Nah, kid stuff.
All right. How about an experiment to substantiate the Big Bang Theory of the creation of the universe?
Nah. Come on, Arvid, we gotta think bigger.
Bigger?
Bigger?
There he is, the funny-looking one.
Could he be a little more specific?
Yeah, the one without the glasses.
Okay, well, what do you want to do for the project?
Well, we could...
London, I want to talk to you.
Look, I get my allowance on Saturday. I promise you'll be paid back first. Wait a second, do I know you?
I'm Louise Maitland. I'm the person who uses your lab table every day, fourth period, and gets stuck cleaning up the mess you leave.
Well, thanks. You're doing a fine job.
Thank you. And here's a little token of my appreciation.
Ooh, my God.
This smells like rotten eggs. What is it?
Rotten eggs. It's your lunch from last Tuesday.
Wow. Can you believe that pushy, obnoxious, nauseating, cute person? Cute?
So, sometimes when it comes to historical events, the people who were actually there are the last to realize the historical significance. Say it's June 28th, 1914. You're in town for the big parade. Sarajevo is jumping, and you hear this loud sound, a bang. And do you think, well, it's just a car backfiring, or do you think, wait, that might just be the gunshot that will start something called World War I? Woodstock. I mean, I thought I was going to a concert, and I didn't realize I would be attending a watershed event that would define my generation.
You were at Woodstock?
Yeah. I stayed awake for 3 days in a row.
You saw Sha Na Na live? Did you get naked?
Well, I don't really know for sure. See you later.
All right, I got it.
What?
For our science project, we study the effects of sleep deprivation.
How are we gonna do that?
Gotta get a rat.
Excuse me, Dr. Samuels? We were wondering if you could help us with our science project.
Certainly, son. I was quite a science maven when I was a lad. How can I help you?
Go without sleep for 3 days in a row.
No problem.
Great. Thanks.
As long as I get my 8 hours at night, I'll be fine.
Nice job. You missed the spot that says Blunden is a toxic waste chump.
I tried. I couldn't get that off.
I used indelible ink.
Ever try disappearing ink?
Will it work on you?
Were you just born this way, or were you raised by piranhas?
You've been a lovely contestant. Now why don't you take your parting gifts and go annoy someone else?
No, you go annoy someone else. I got important things to do.
Oh, like when you told the freshman class it was underwear on the head day?
I thought that was pretty funny.
So did I.
You did?
Yeah, in an asinine way.
Morning, Dr. Samuels.
Huh?
I said good morning.
You did?
Yes, then you said, huh?
Please don't play games, Miss Mira. I didn't sleep all night.
I'm sorry. Indigestion?
Not this time. Engen and Blunden asked me to volunteer for their sleep deprivation project. It got me to thinking, exactly how do I get to sleep? I was up all night thinking about that.
How about some coffee?
No, thanks. I'll just have some coffee.
So, once again, we see that corruption transcends mere political party allegiances. And in fact, in fact, people who never would have been eligible seem to be getting these sweetheart deals from the Department of Housing and Urban Development, also known as the Welfare Agency for the Rich and Greedy.
Well, at least we're giving money to people who know what to do with it.
Alan, that's just like you. Your lips are flapping, but your brain is napping.
Mr. Moore, do I have to sit here and be insulted by Mrs. Yahoo Serious?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Alan, why don't you check out the Port Authority bus terminal at 1 in the morning when the stairwells are jam-packed with people looking for any kind of warm place to crash?
TJ brings up a very interesting point. What does it mean to call our economy healthy when more people than ever before are living below the poverty line? You getting all this, Dennis?
Mm-hmm. Poverty. Bad.
Yeah. Nice little hearts and bunnies, though.
I'm a little distracted.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is still a serious subject, Dennis. In fact, I'd like an essay from each of you on the subject by Monday, all right?
I'll give you an essay on poverty, and it won't be from a library. I know people who are homeless.
Okay, do it.
Right on.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.
Mr. Moore? You know, Louise Maitland?
Yeah, she's in my third period history class.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm about to make a little history of my own. I think she likes me.
Hence the hearts and bunnies.
Right.
So?
So? Why would she like me? What do you think her game is, Mr. Moore? Do you think she wants to borrow money from me? Or maybe she wants to steal a science project idea?
I don't think she's that kind of girl.
A guy can't be too careful.
Well, why not just relax and see where it takes you?
This could be it. You see, I've never had a steady girlfriend before.
From what I've heard, you've never had a date before.
Thank you for pointing that out. She is special. We're great together. I mean, who would have thought that my first girlfriend could end up being the future Mrs. Dennis Blunden?
Wait, one day at a time, okay? I mean, why not start by asking her out on a date?
A date? Why didn't I think of that? Hey, Maitland, hanging out with all your friends?
No, I'm entertaining your fan club.
So, what do annoying people do on the weekends?
I don't know, you tell me.
I don't know. In your case, maybe you'd go to a movie because it would be dark and no one could tell you don't have a date.
Yeah, sure, like you always have a date.
Hey, the only reason I don't is because my taste in movies happens to run a little too sophisticated for the masses.
Oh, what, like Planet of the Apes?
No, my favorite happens to be Escape from Planet of the Apes.
Do you know it's playing at the Film
Forum at 7, yeah.
I was thinking of going.
Yeah, I might stop by. I guess we could go together.
I guess we could.
Where do you live?
Like, why don't we just meet out in front of the theater, okay?
Fine.
Fine.
I'm, looking forward to it.
Me too.
Bye.
Bye.
I did it! I have the first date of my entire life!
That's nice.
Nice? It's fantastic!
We're just good friends.
Morning, Dennis.
Oh, hi, Louise.
Is this your idea of cute? A rubber hand with a dead flower in it? So what do you do for an encore?
How about this?
Is it squirt?
No. Just don't get too attached to it. I've got to get it back to the hospital before Mom misses it.
You're kidding.
Yes, I'm kidding. Listen, Louise, there's something I forgot to do this weekend.
What? You forgot?
I, didn't have the guts.
What did she do, Dennis?
Swallow a quarter?
Darlene, stop it. I think they're just adorable.
It's like an ad for breath mints.
Oh, thank you. Thank you all very much. Show's over. Bye, Louise.
Bye, Louise. Well, Dennis, if you're quite through osculating, we've got to talk.
Yeah, Arvid, what's up?
Our time is up. Our science project's due in a few days. We don't even know what it is yet.
Just relax. I've been kind of busy.
So we noticed?
Dennis, maybe you should slow down a little.
Why?
Well, what do you really know about her?
Where does she live?
I don't know. We always meet somewhere.
Dennis, something's not right about her. For example, have you ever noticed the clothes that she wears?
Yeah, she wears skirts and t-shirts. So what?
Yeah, Dennis, practically the same ones every day.
Yeah, she did something really weird last week. She took food home from the cafeteria. I mean, who do you know who takes school food home?
You know, Richie Giordano used to go out with her until he saw her get out of a parked car at 6 in the morning.
Richie Giordano's on parole. Why should I believe anything he has to say?
Yeah, Dennis is right, and besides, I like Louise.
Well, we're only concerned about you, Dennis.
Yeah.
Hi, Charlie.
Hi.
Oh, I'm gonna need your grade for Louise Maitland.
Okay.
She's cute, isn't she?
Yeah, she's cute. Dennis Blendon's crazy about her.
Well, I hope he's not too crazy.
Of course, too crazy. Why?
Well, her dad just called. She's transferring out of state.
Okay, just tighten this down. And there you go. A fully operational mouse-sized sensory deprivation chamber.
You know, it's an honor having a future Nobel Prize winner help me build a rat motel.
That's what I live for. Hey, Louise, what do you say I come over to your house tonight and help you study for your science test?
Yeah, we could do that. Or better yet, I'll come over to yours.
No, I really wanted to meet your parents. I promise, no armpit noises.
Dennis, I think maybe we've been spending too much time together.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I want to be honest with you. I think we've been getting too close too fast.
Well, yeah, but, you know, that's what being in love's all about. Getting too close too fast.
I just can't handle that, Dennis.
I see. You're, dumping me.
I didn't say that.
Well, you didn't say let's spend the rest of our lives together either.
There's some things you just don't understand.
Yeah, like what I ever saw in you in the first place. Louise, changing locker so you can avoid me?
Dennis, this isn't a good time, okay?
Speaking of good times, did you have one last night?
Last night I helped TJ write a paper for Mr. Moore.
Oh, is that what you were doing at that hotel? Or maybe you were just doing your research there.
You followed me.
Maybe.
You had no right to follow me. You're still following me.
You met someone else. I saw you. You met some guy.
Oh, so you naturally thought that...
You went in with him, didn't you? What do you expect me to think? Do you know what kind of people live in places like that?
Yes, I do.
Hey, Dennis, I'd like to talk to you about Louise Maitland.
Forget about Louise. I have. Well, you guys were right.
About what, Dennis?
About Louise. I followed her home last night. I don't want to go into details, but let's just say she's no good. So, you guys happy?
That's too bad, man. But at least you found out sooner than later.
No good? You're no good, Blondin.
I wouldn't jump to conclusions, Dennis.
I saw it with my own eyes. She went into a seedy hotel with some guy.
Some guy? Did this guy have brown hair, glasses, and a Metallica t-shirt?
Yeah.
You jerk, that was her brother.
Look, why don't we just get started? TJ, I'd like you to read your report.
You got it. What it's like to be homeless.
Wait a minute, TJ isn't homeless.
Yeah, Mr. Moore, do we have to listen?
Whoa. Read on.
First, the statistics. The National Coalition on the Homeless says there are about 3 million homeless people in America. According to New York City's homeless services, about 27,000 people are given shelter every night. One of those people is my friend. She and her family are homeless. Oh, they have a roof over their heads, but it's a roof of a welfare hotel and a place you'd hardly call a real home. For her, being homeless is being uprooted every few weeks as you're moved from shelter to shelter, if you're lucky. For her, being homeless means being a 17-year-old girl who thinks a change of clothes is a luxury, security a joke, and a steady boyfriend an impossibility.
Mr. Moore?
Just because someone sleeps on the sidewalk doesn't mean that's where they choose to sleep.
Louise. Louise, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Yeah, so?
You could have told me. You don't have to be ashamed of your family.
Ashamed? The last thing I'm ashamed of is my family.
I'm sorry. I meant your predicament.
Yeah, well, my father lost his job and then he got sick. So he doesn't have medical insurance. It busted us. My mother, she tried working part-time, but you can't support a family on minimum wage. So we wound up living in our car. And now we live in the shelter. And now we're moving again. See, my dad might get this job in Akron, so...
So, you're leaving. Just like that.
Just like that. I had a good time with you, and it took my mind off a lot of stuff. For a while, that was almost like having a normal life.
Oh, come on, Louise. There's got to be something we can do.
I'm gonna miss you, Blendon. Goodbye.
Hi.
She left.
I know.
I wish I were dead.
Dennis.
Mr. Moore, you don't understand this time. A terrible thing has happened to me. This is really awful.
Well, let's look at what happened. Now, you went out on a date, and you discovered that you were lovable, and then she left.
I know that. It's not helping. Oh, let's just face it, Mr. Moore. My life is a disaster.
Your life is not a disaster, Dennis. Hers is.
If you're trying to make me feel better, you're doing a lousy job.
Dennis, if you want to feel better, go home and listen to Frank Sinatra records. If you want to feel good, try doing something about all this.
Nothing I can do is going to bring Louise back here. Oh, you're talking about changing the world, right?
Well, maybe just one little bit of it, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm not good with stuff like that.
There are a lot of people who are, Dennis. You could help them. You know, there are volunteer groups, church organizations. A lot of people are trying to help the homeless. You could lobby Congress. You could put pressure on City Hall. I mean, you're the guy that led the big cafeteria food revolt last year. Come on, Dennis. You're smart. Find out what you can do. I mean, none of it is going to bring Louise back, but at least you'll be working on something other than a broken heart.
I can try.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you. Thanks for the beans.
Dennis, here.
Arvid, they're homeless, not tasteless.
They're homeless nerds, too, you know.
Dr. Samuels, do you want to donate something for the homeless?
Sure. Do you realize I haven't slept in a week?
Well, at least you know where you can't sleep.
Yeah, you haven't slept, Dr. Samuels? How do you feel?
I'm hallucinating.
You are?
I keep seeing my wife in a tub full of Jell-O playing submarine. Dive! Woke up! I got pains in my arms, in my legs, in my hair.
His hair.